afternoon, folks. Thank you for inviting us to your Tuesday curling here so we could recognize the funds that we've received from Trillium that have allowed us to do all the wonderful things out here. So first off, let me introduce. Today we have with us Jeff Birch, our MPP here for Welland. Catherine Cuckett is the chair of the Trillium Foundation's Niagara Grant team, so thank you for being here. And most of you know yours truly here, so I'll bore you a little bit later. So with that now, I'm going to turn the floor over to Jeff for a few words.
Thanks very much, Matt. It's a real pleasure to be here, and I got to watch some of you curl, which was good, and also Matt brought me up to speed on some of the great things that are happening around here since the last time I was here, and a lot of work. It's really is impressive. We were discussing applying for Trillium grants. I used to be in the not-for-profit sector, so I've applied for a few of these myself, and I appreciate how much work it is. You know, it's not only a lot of work, but your organization has to be a strong one to qualify for these grants and to demonstrate the need for them. So I just want to recognize Trillium for all the great work that they do, and your board and all your volunteers for the work that they do in qualifying for this money. It really is a benefit to the community, and I'm always proud to come and it's being in opposition at Queen's Park. You don't often get to give out money when you're in opposition, so I never miss a Trillium event because it's really nice to see such such great organizations getting this money to do such great work. So I do have a plaque that I'd like to present, and it's I'm pleased to offer my congratulations to Welland Curling Club President Matt Botton and their members on receiving a $150,000 Trillium grant that they've already put to beneficial use. I commend the Welland Curling Club in applying for this much needed money to upgrade their ice making machine with new parts, as well as supplying their disabled members with a portable aluminum ramp, ensuring that everyone can enjoy the programs offered at the Welland Curling Club. The Welland Curling Club has been part of our community since 1946 and are integral to our community fabric. My warmest greetings to everyone at the club as it continues to provide our community with a curling club for all. Congratulations on this well-deserved grant.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Catherine Cookett, and I'm a volunteer, and I'm currently the chair of the Ontario Trillium Foundation's Niagara Grant Review Team. I'm honored to join you all today to celebrate your accomplishments as a valued organization in the community, as well as congratulate you on your capital funding you received from OTF. With the initial budget of $15 million, OTF, which is an agency of the Government of Ontario, has grown significantly now and invests over $100 million annually into small communities and nonprofit groups like yours. Since 1982, our mission has remained a simple one, to help build healthier, more vibrant communities across the province. And last year, OTF invested over 1,000 nonprofit-led community projects and partnerships. We're proud to support organizations like yours and note the $150,000 capital grant that you received in 2023 to replace aging refrigeration equipment has gone a long way towards doing this, and now and into the future. And before I wrap up, I want to thank the club for approaching us with the request and for giving us the opportunity to help you continue to make a positive impact in your community. And congratulations once again, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you,
and
Catherine.
Hopefully we'll see an application in the future for more capital.
You will.
Thank you.
I think I've got the longest speech, folks. So first off, for most of you know me a little bit or whatever, so I'd like to talk a little bit longer, but not a long time. Just impress upon everybody, many of you are, even though you've curled here for a little bit, are relatively new. So this club was formed in 1946, as you've all seen, but in actual fact, curling out here at this address right here started in 1949, which is almost exactly 75 years ago. So the curling here, you're carrying on a tradition that's gone on here for 75 years. So in the early years, they actually had to pump brine across the street from the arena in order to freeze the ice. It was only in 1960 that they actually put in refrigeration equipment like we have replaced this year. Now, what we replaced wasn't from 1960. There's been several generations, but that was just a nice little point. The facilities you're sitting in actually go back to 1960 as well. In 1960, from that wall here, they built this our lounge, our upper and lower lounge. So, just wanting to throw that history thing in there. As well as the only curling facility in South Niagara, the board here at the curling club, we work very hard to ensure that Welland and the surrounding communities along the Lake Erie shore, because we are the curling club for the South, that we provide those facilities to allow the community to come out here and experience curling. To do this, we need adequate refrigeration, and so my thanks to the board for supporting this, for especially several people here that were key. One in particular is here, Dave, who was our project manager, and I would like to, at this point in time, thank him for all the work he did last summer, so thank you for that. Recommendations, especially when you're dealing with refrigeration equipment and ammonia, is that from a safety perspective, 25 years is the lifespan of the equipment, and as we were at that point, I think we got in 1 year underneath that, but we definitely decided that we wanted to be careful, cautious, and look after everybody very well. So we put together the plan, we put in the application, we got the money, and last summer we built it. So that's great. So we're ready to curl, and with 25 years, the other side of that is now we should be good for another 25 years. So thank you for all of that. One of the other things is, as we said, our facility here, as Jeff addressed with bringing the portable ramp, we have had numerous times, not very often. We don't have members that are wheelchair curlers, but we have had people in wheelchairs come in the facility. We have had rentals in the past, and so for wheelchair athletes, our 3 or 4 inch bump up at the front door has not been an issue. We actually had for those of you that aren't aware, we actually had a student intern here one summer that worked here all summer that was in a wheelchair. He got in every day, he sat at the desk downstairs in the summer and worked away at that. So our accessibility to that point was pretty good, and adding on the aluminum ramp that makes it easy so that curlers can get on the ice help us to take one more step in that direction of becoming accessible here. I would like to acknowledge the planning that was done into our capital equipment replacement. The project, we very much appreciate the $150,000. That went towards financing a total of just under $330,000 is what it actually cost us to replace all of those components. The 2 dehumidifiers, the chiller, and the condenser outdoors. Those are all large items, and they don't come cheap, but we very much appreciate that. The other thing I'd like to touch on for a moment is just the fact that being able to provide curling to the community, I think it's very important that we try to translate that into growing youth curling. I think we were very proud when we had a couple of junior curlers here that went on and represented us, but also Niagara College at the National Community College Curling Champions, and almost brought gold here. We want to translate that into growing the sport at the youth level. We have a great junior program. We have great volunteers here that participate in the local charity bingo association so that we are able to generate funds that support, yes, the junior program, Special Olympics. This allows us to offer very low registration fees for juniors and for the Special Olympics program, ensuring that those individuals with any economic challenges can participate and then grow the sport. All of those volunteers are a big part. This club would not exist without all the volunteers and what they do, so I thank all of my fellow volunteers. And that's all I want to say, other than just one last great big thank you to the Trillium Foundation, to the province for your financial assistance. Thank you very much.